Hey guys. Oh, good afternoon. Right, you are getting me fresh from the garden, but what I have been reminded of this week being on the intensive trip. So I'm just going to bring you up on my laptop because I can never see. Well, I say I can never see comments. Sometimes I can. So sometimes it might work. Let's see what happens. My goodness me, my laptop has a lot of stuff going on the screen. I need to sort this out. A bit like my brain. Right, let me bring this up, guys, in case. So say hi when you jump on. Obviously, if you watch this on replay, let me know. But I wanted to do this now, like, while it was fresh in my brain. And yes, if you are joining, you are getting me. Oh my God, I can see comments. Amazing. The Scentsy gods have, like, put something into action. Amazing. Lovely. All right, I don't need my laptop up then, if I can see comments. Wonderful. Because I don't like, when I'm live, I like to be able to respond. Hey, love. Oh, thank you, Scentsy gods. Right. I like to be able to respond and talk to you, like, while I'm in the moment. So, as you'll see, I've had a few orders arrive while I've been away. I got them out of boxes so I could check what was here. But other than that, I was like, I'm not doing that. Today, I don't think my brain can cope with it. So I've spent some time with my fam. We've been in the garden. I have taken a few orders. But I want to talk to you about this topic. I am going to try and keep it inside 15 minutes. To try and keep it concise, and because I do have a tendency to go off on a bit of a tangent, which is absolutely fine. We're all unique and brilliant in our own ways. However, and again, I've trained on incentives before, and I'm not, when I share these things, I don't share them to impress you. I share them to impress upon you that everyone is capable of doing this. So the trip that we got back from yesterday was my, oh my God, 10th? Yeah, it was my 10th incentive trip with Scentsy. 9th or 10th. One of them. I will check. 9th. Yeah, it was 9th because one of them I couldn't go on because I was pregnant. This was right. And then I took SFR instead. So that's what happened. So I've been on 9 incentive trips with Scentsy and an SFR trip. So 10 trips in its entirety, right? And what I'm here to tell you is that I am nobody special. I am nobody different to any of you. I bought exactly the same kit. I have exactly the same opportunities. I have exactly the same workstation. Like, we all have exactly the same opportunities. And if you want to earn an incentive trip, if that is one of your goals within Scentsy, and it might not be, and that's absolutely fine, but it can be, is what I'm saying. So don't write it off straight away when we talk about it, because I know that some of you will watch this, or you'll watch the trip, or I'll just sit there for a second. You'll watch the trip, or you'll watch what's going on, and I know you'll say to yourself, I can't do that. That can't be me. That'll never be me. And if you tell yourself those things, you are literally on the back step straight away. Your mind will believe what you tell it. What you focus on, you will feed. So when even before that incentive goes live, right? If you tell yourself, I'm going on it, I am absolutely going on an incentive, then you're already one step ahead because you've made the decision. Hello, my love. Not long now, it's all Berlin, snack queen. You've already made the decision that it's going to happen. Now, just to take that a few steps back, and oh my God, I need to put these back on. Sorry. See what I said about being like a butterfly? Just to take that a few steps back, because I can sit here and I go, right, you need to decide, you need to make it happen, right? I wasn't always this person. I was to a certain degree. I've always been a mega driven person. I was telling the girls when I was away that I remember getting my first dancing job when I lived at home, and telling my dad I was moving to Chester, and he was like, no, you're not. I was like, I'm 18, I can do what I want, bye-bye. My dad drove me, my dad took me, it was all good. But I've always been very driven. Have I always known how I was going to get there? No, I would just go and do things. So I have done things and travelled and stuff when I was younger, and worked abroad. But when I joined Scentsy, that's when and I'd been with another network marketing company before Scentsy. I was with another company. I earned a trip. I reached I think probably superstar consultant, maybe director level. But I knew very quickly that company wasn't the right company for me. I didn't go on the trip. I chose not to go on the trip. And that's when I knew. So that's when I walked away from that company. So yes, I had a relative level of success in another business. But I was sat on a sunbed with Katrina this week, and we were talking about Scentsy, and we'd listened to Heidi Norville, and I'd spent time with some other consultants that have been in the business for a lot of years, and I literally was talking about it, and this emotion I wasn't feeling like particularly emotional at that time, but I was literally sitting on my sunbed on Georgie's birthday, and like this emotion just like waved about me and came out of my eyes, and I was just crying, and I was like, that is why Scentsy is so special to me, and why you guys are so special to all of me, and why I want you to understand what you are capable of, because Scentsy, more than any other network marketing company, it's not just about income for me. Like, it literally comes from here, because Scentsy and Heidi and Orville and the culture and the company is the company that gave me the ability, I hope I'm explaining this properly when I'm talking to you about vision and what's possible. Scentsy is the company that allowed me or enabled me or unlocked something in my mind to allow me and prove to me that it's possible to be able to dream bigger than you ever imagined. Like, does that make sense? Let me know in the comments if I'm making sense or if I'm just rambling. Because if I'm not making sense, then there's no. But I'm hoping I'm going to carry on. But like, let me know in the comments if you're with me. Like, let me know below. Say that on track, or yeah, I get you, Laura. Like, let me know in the comments. So Scentsy is the company that like unlocked that in my brain, because things started to change. Like, things started to happen. Not because I'm anybody special. Not because I have some hidden talent that other people don't have. It's because when I followed what people were telling me to do, when I understood, when I listened to trainings, let me just bring this up. I just want to check that it's also working. One sec. Because if anybody is commenting, I can't see it. Oh, hello. I'm just live, Finley. Do you want to say hi? Finley? Finley? Do you want to say, Finley, they don't need to see up your nose. Tell them what we've been doing today. What have we been doing today, darling?
We just got a paddling pool.
Right, okay. So comments are working. Really weird. It's very strange. Hey, love. Yeah, see, I can't see all them, so that's weird. Right, strange. I can see some, but not others. Okay. So, like, Scentsy unlocked something in my brain. Even though, like I said, I'd been with another company, Scentsy unlocked something in my brain that enabled me to really believe that, hang on a minute, like, this is possible. Like, life is actually limitless. Like, things that you want to achieve, you actually can. Like, again, that vision board there is my first vision board that I ever wrote all those years ago. And I keep it there as a reminder, because everything on there happened. Like, every single thing on there happened. It didn't happen overnight. It happened over like 5 or 6 years of consistency, of not quitting, of watching the training. Now, remember, I had 3 jobs when I started Scentsy. I wasn't doing Scentsy full time. So what I'm saying is, I want you guys to all unlock that in your brain as well. And that's why when I talk about, and for me, I honestly believe, like, that is Heidi Norville that I've had that impact. That is Scentsy. That is being on trainings. That is, I've never been to Home Office, right? In all my years, like, Lisa and I were talking to some of the other superstar directors while we were there. They were like, oh my God, I can't believe you've never been to Idaho. You've never been to Home Office. And Lisa and I were like, we've been to a superstar director event in Disney. We've never been to, like, actual Home Office. So we did say, like, it is truth bombs with glitter. Absolutely. What you put in is what you get out, Michelle. Like, definitely. And yeah, we've never been to Home Office. And I'm like, I know when I go there, even from being on, so every year in April, they have a Superstar Director Summit event. And all the SSDs were like, you have to come, you have to come. She's like, they were like, because it reminds you, like, what sense it is, and then you can take that away and you can, like, pour that into your team in, like, bucket loads, right? And being on this incentive trip this week that's what it reminded me. And like I said, I was sitting on that somewhere with Katrina, I started crying, and I was like, oh my God. And that is why, if people leave and go to another company, like, that is totally fine. And if people want to do it, like, it runs so much deeper than that for me. And that is why I'm so passionate. And I don't want to say blunt or brutal or right, but I'm not going to, like, when people almost go, oh, I can't do this because of this, or if somebody comes to me for advice, sometimes I do feel like I might come across as abrupt, and I don't mean to be, but how can I put this? If somebody comes to me and goes like, oh, I'm really busy though, I go, yeah, I know, so's everybody. Like, and I mean that with love, and I mean that with kindness. It's like saying, you know, I can't think of an example now, but, like, so's everybody. There are people in this business. Any reason anyone's got to not work their Scentsy business, there is somebody within Scentsy doing that in those circumstances, basically. So being busy is not a reason. It's about what you make as a priority. And if it's not a priority for you, that's fine. And it's about taking ownership of what you actually want and understanding that if you, right, so let's come back to the topic that was in hand, right? Understanding that if you do want to earn an incentive trip, you can. Like, I'm not going to go like, oh, it's that simple. But you can. You need to first make the decision that you want to go, and then understand that there's going to be challenging days and there's going to be hard days. But when you're on that trip and you are experiencing, like, oh, Jessica, thank you so much. I did go to Florida for 2 weeks as well before the trip, which my family and I booked 5 years ago. So I did have a base tan before I went, and I have been in my garden topping it up today. I feel like I want to moisturise this and like keep it forever. But thank you, my love. Yeah, I am like sweating out, which is, have put my shorts on. I haven't come on fully in my bikini, but yes, I have been in my garden today. But if you are driven and you have it in you and you decide that you want to earn this next trip, when it's announced at SFR, you can do it. Like, it is, I just want to let you know, like, you can. You absolutely, when I earned my first one, right, I didn't even know I'd earned it. Like, I didn't even realise that there was an incentive running. I was a star consultant when I went on my first incentive trip. It was a Mediterranean cruise, and my sponsor at the time rang me, and exactly the same thing happened when Lisa earned hers. I rang her and she didn't even realise. I literally remember Kelly Sylvie ringing me and going, you've earned a cruise, like a Mediterranean cruise. And I was like, sorry? She's like, you've earned a free cruise. And I was like, I didn't even know. Because all I was doing was working my business, was being consistent, was taking the actions, was partying, was getting my borrow bag out, was sponsoring, was just loving it. Like, wasn't putting any crazy pressure on myself. I was just, and I'm not suggesting that you do that now. Like, I'm saying that, like, I can help you. But when these incentives are set, they are set with growing your business in mind. Like, Scentsy are not silly. Like, they know what they're doing. If you get to the end of it, and that's why when sometimes, like, people will say, well, I can't go, so there's no point in even going for it. Yeah, there is. Right? Even if you know you can't go on the trip, obviously you want to go on the trip. Like, I get that, right? But if you do all the things to earn an incentive trip, you are going to have had crazy growth in your business. You are going to have had promotions. You're going to have, like, leaders, start emerging leaders coming through your team. Like, you're going to have had, your income's going to have increased. You are going to have crazy growth in your business. So you should absolutely go. I know consultants that, like, my lovely friend Gemma Webb, she was on the Med Cruise, but due to her personal circumstance, which is not my place to talk about, she's not always been able to go. But she still goes for them every single time and earns them. Because she's like, well, why wouldn't I? Like, my business is going to boom if I go for an incentive. So that's what I'm saying to you. Like, that is the mindset that you need to have. If you want to earn an incentive, you need to get rid of all your excuses. You need to understand if you come to me for coaching or advice, you are going to get glitter bombs, like Michelle's just said. My job is to help you grow within your business, okay? My job is to love on you, and if you didn't listen to the beginning of this live, right, either go back and listen or I'll try and summarise. But, like, Scentsy runs so deep in here for me that you guys are like my family. You guys coming to me and saying, I want to earn an incentive trip is like my children coming to me who are, like, at Thorpe Park today with their friends on their own. How did that happen? How am I at that season in my life? I have a nearly 18-year-old and nearly 15-year-old that are at Thorpe Park on their own. Anyway, that's a side note. But that's like Ella coming to me, for example, which she has done. She's been to a university fair thing recently, and she's got a couple of unis that we're going to go look at. And that's like her coming to me now doing her A-levels and going like, oh, I haven't got time to do my A-levels. I'm really busy. I've got a job. Am I going to go, oh, yeah, you've got a job. You can't do that. I'm going to go, absolutely no. We're going to make a plan. We're going to look at what time you've got. We're going to believe in ourselves. I'm not going to pander to her saying, oh yeah, I'm just going to fail my A-levels and never going to go to uni, because I love her, like, more than life itself. And that is why I am as passionate and as, I'm not going to say blunt or brutal, but I am always going to tell you the truth, because that is my job, to help you, okay? So if you do want to earn an incentive, and when the next one comes out, or you want to promote, or you want to grow your business, or you want to sponsor, or you want to increase your PRV, any of the above, message me anytime. Because what I'm probably going to say is, one, have you searched in the group? Have you watched any trainings? Have you looked on the workstation? Because my job is to build independent Scentsy consultants, okay? But anyway, that is like my little thing about vision and understanding. What's wrong?
Got a dog.
What is it? What?
Whole paddling pool in the trampoline, zipped it up, and she's got you.
Sorry, let's look what my dog's doing as Dan's just come and So the dog, Minnie.
Out. Come on.
Anyway, back on topic. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying about like vision, is that if you want this, if you like really want it, you need to get rid of all your excuses. You need to be honest with yourself, and you need to make a decision to go all in, right? That's the first thing. Right, okay. What was the title of my life? Let's talk about vision, earning and intensive. Oh, and I'm going to show you some of the stuff we got. So, oh my God, I get all like in my feels when I talk about that. And that's like what I'm saying about like when Orville was talking, when Heidi and Orville speak, I literally like, it literally does something inside my soul. But I can't remember the exact percentages, but like basically the people that were there on the trip, there was like nearly 800 people there, but it's like the top 0.something% of the company on that trip. But anyone can do that. He was telling us that the top 50, like the top 50 consultants globally get like additional treats. He said that, oh no, it wasn't Orville that told this, it was Eldon, our events manager, that when we were on the coach. He said some of the top 50 is the same every year. He said, but every year we get like new people coming through. He said, we get people in the top 50 that have joined within that incentive period, and they have come in and they have absolutely like just smashed their business. And he went, it's wonderful to witness and to meet them, because when you meet those like entrepreneurial spirits and they're just 0.68%, that's it. And yeah, like that's special. Like that is special. That means you have got something in here and you are driven and you absolutely want it, and you have to make it a priority. So I'm going to show you what we got, and then I'm going to go and let you get on with your Saturday evening. But yeah, so basically, if you didn't know, you didn't get, this isn't the bag. I bought this bag for Ella. Wow. And thank the Lord I did, because it brought all my goodies back through the airport. So if you didn't know, you get room drops when you go on a Scentsy incentive. So they're like extra things that they leave in your room of an evening when you come back. And they are always relevant to like where you are staying and have a reason behind them. So I'll just show you. There's my luggage tags and that and stuff. So these are our luggage tags that we got. So obviously, brilliant history, Turkey, Greece, Scentsy 2025. So I will attach them to said cases and bags in the future. I've still got my Monte Carlo one on my hand luggage that I had. I have got a Switzerland one, even though I didn't go to Switzerland, which is on my smaller case. These were our tickets. I'm just trying to think what else I need to show you. So these were some of our tickets. So they gave us a ticket every day for the little trip that we were taking. This was just like a little guide of things that were going on. We got like a welcome pack. I did get a badge, which I actually lost my badge. It fell off on the first night, and another consultant very kindly found it for me and found its way back to me. And then we also got like a little hand book. It says, Journey, as you prepare for your adventure through Greece and Turkey, some of the most storied and spectacular sights through the Aegean shores. Now it's time to begin picturing yourself walking amongst ancient ruins. And it just tells you. So I'll be honest, we got these when we got there, but the Americans got these packs before they left, so they can obviously start planning. But it tells you all about like the trips, all about where we were going, about the expenses, what's covered. So we also got a travel allowance. So we got, please somebody correct me if I'm wrong, I want to say it was 120 something pound. I can't remember. I think it was 100 and something. That's for like if you have to travel to the airport, or so you know you get, they call it per diem as well. So you get, they give you money as well to help with your travel expenses. Tells you about time zones, but basically all the information that, oh my God, look at that. Like, hang on. We saw that in the flesh. 115 it was, thank you. We saw that for real. Like, this is what I mean. Like, some of the things that we did. Never in my life, right? When I spoke to my dad yesterday, I told him that I went to the Blue Mosque in Istanbul, and he was like, Laura, that is literally on my bucket list. He was like, I'm so happy that you saw that. And obviously when I go see him, because my dad doesn't even have a mobile phone, I'll show him. In fact, I'm going to print in the pictures and send them with his present. But like, these are like once in a lifetime experiences that we got, like, because of Scentsy, and I never take that for granted. Okay, so let's have a look at each day. We had a little card just to make sure I haven't missed any of them. So the first one, I can't remember the exact order. I think the first one we got was baklava. That was the Turkish delight. Hang on. Here we go. Right, okay, so every night that the room drops were dropped, you had a little card. So the first one was a tin of baklava, which my kids have dived into. One piece is missing, but it was this lovely tin with... Oh, sorry, 1 second. Dan? Oh, no, she's all right. You've done it up. I thought she was in there eating it again. So, yeah, we got this lovely tin of baklava and obviously the lovely tin to keep. So, as you'll soon learn that many things you probably thought were Greek have actually... Am I reading the right one? It's all right. She's in it. Maybe that was Turkish delight. Oh no, this was baklava. Soon learned that many things you probably thought were Greek actually have Turkish origins and vice versa. First up, baklava. The name is of Otter, and it gives you a little bit of information and history about baklava. Then we got, not that one. Then we got this beautiful... What have I done with this blanket? Oh, 1 second, guys. I've left it out here. Have I left a blanket on the side out here? I had a blanket.
Blanket, right?
It was my blanket that was mine.
Oh, right. Oh, it's upstairs, I think.
No, guys.
Oh, I don't know.
I've left my blanket upstairs. I'll go get it. I'll put a picture in the group. But anyway, we've got this beautiful blanket which was wrapped beautifully, and it says the Turks do a few things exceptionally well: carpets, baths. Try it if you're up for an adventure. We didn't have a Turkish bath. Would you mind running and getting it for me, Dan?
Yeah.
I thought I had it. It was rolled up. It's like a grey blanket.
Yeah, but it's not actually got Scentsy written on it.
No, well it has. I haven't opened it, but it has. Anyway, and towels, also known as peshtemos or peshtemos. The peshtemo is most commonly used when visiting a Turkish bath or hammam to better maintain privacy. Practically speaking, they are highly absorbent, dry much faster than traditional terry cloth towels, and are ideal for use at a pool spa, beach, or in sport. So basically, it's a thin, like a more thin towel. It is embroidered with Scentsy. I'm hoping Dan can find it because I literally thought I had it in my hand. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, thanks. So this is it. I haven't opened it yet, but I will just to show you. So it was beautifully wrapped, look, with a little eye. We did also get, look, we got all the girls. We got, when we were in one of the shops before we came home, we got a matching. So obviously you see like the cheap ones, don't you? Like, you know, but we found a nice shop in Mykonos, and these were like €15, so they're like good quality. And yeah, we all got like a matching bracelet in different colours. So I'll tell you what, I haven't opened this yet, but I will, to show you the quality before she breaks it. The quality of the gifts that you are given. It does say Scentsy on it because I saw somebody open theirs. Oh, there you go. So it says Scentsy on the bottom. They've had it embroidered with Scentsy, but it's huge. There you go. Were you laughing, Sawkins?
No.
Did you miss me?
Oh, very much, darling.
Dan, come here a second. Can you just come on and say, because I always tell the story of how, like, when you went to Mexico, that, like, changed your, like, view of Scentsy, and, like, you shook Orville's hand.
What? Oh, what,
Come on,
everyone
come on.
queuing?
No, but, like, when you went to Mexico, I always feel like that's when your, like, opinion of Scentsy changed. Because, like, when I joined... Hang on, let me just turn you on there.
You
when
don't
I,
have to.
No, it's fine. Like, when I joined, did you or did you not go, Lauren, what have you spent £85
I did,
on?
darling.
And I remember having that conversation. And now he always goes, well, thank God you didn't
Yeah.
listen to me. But when we went to Mexico on the trip, like, something shifted in you, I feel like you saw, like, what it was all about.
Yeah, well,
like,
it was the first incentive trip that I got to go on.
Yeah.
And it was just seeing the level of, you know, what they go to put these events on, really. And I think, like I said to Orville, that, you know, people were queuing for like, 45 minutes just to say hello. But, you know, I said, I don't think anyone would queue to meet my boss, who I used to work for 45 minutes. So, you know, ultimately they're doing something special. So, but yeah, it was.
and you met people, didn't you, that have been doing this for,
and,
like,
and they were speaking to people. What's her name?
Lindsay and Fraser?
No, The American lady.
Wendy, no guess.
Wendy, yeah.
She's a
Yeah.
one.
We've got like all of her
Crew.
team around
Well,
her.
she was
And
so she
it
was
like,
an SSD, and Lisa and I were directors, and Emma saying hi.
Hi.
And
All sweaty. She
yeah.
got back with the dog.
So basically, yeah. So going on that trip, like it changed. I saw something shifting, Dan, and not that he didn't support me, but when he got back from Mexico, he was like, "There is it," and that was when like he would talk to people more about it. And like again, we spent some time with Wendy Newgas, who was a superstar director, and she was there with all her team. And Lisa and I were directors at the time, and I remember thinking like, I'm going to be back in future. Like we said to each other, we said like, we're going to be superstar directors and we're going to be back. So we had that vision. So once you go on a trip and then you spend your time around these people, like you are literally like surrounded by so many, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like proof. You're surrounded by proof of like what is possible, basically. So that was that. So that's the blanket, which is beautiful. Then we got some Turkish Delight, which haven't opened. So some pistachio Turkish Delight. I'd actually just bought a box for my mum and dad that day, and then I got this, so I could have sent them that. But anyway, got some of that, and then we got a pin, a beautiful pin, which will go on either on my board or one of my lanyards, because obviously I keep all of my pins. So in a place so steeped in history and tradition, we're delighted to present you with one of our favourite traditions at Scentsy, this year's incentive pins. These always go on my lanyards for the following SFR. There's Finley. Absolutely gorgeous. So I'll keep that obviously along with my name badge. And these are absolutely beautiful. So these were the last room job. So it says, no one really knows where it started, but the use of the Nazar, like the little blue symbol, to ward off the evil eye, a supernatural belief in a curse brought on by a malevolent glare, has been a standard practice for a good 5,000 years. Surely you've seen them. These little blue circles can be found in nearly every tourist shop from Athens to Kudasi, and in every conceivable shape, size and form. Especially prevalent in the Mediterranean region, the Nazar is said to ward off evil and protect the individual or dwelling where it is displayed. So there's more on that, but I won't read you the whole thing. But we got a beautiful box of three different coasters. Now these are the designs that I got, but we saw people sharing like images in the group. But like again, they are lovely quality. Like what a reminder, and every single consultant got those. So it's not about the things, it's about the thought and the details that that go into it, and you are literally meant to feel so special because like they care like so much, they care so much about their consultants. So I'm going to wrap this up, guys, because shock, I know I've been on for more than 15 minutes, but I'm not going to apologise for something, not just the incentive, that I feel so passionate about. And the training day today that Holly has put together, which was wonderful, by the way. I'll be honest, I haven't watched them all in their entirety, but I will go back and watch them. It was called Shift, right? And I do feel like we're in this shift period at the moment, and you need to understand, like I said at the beginning, whatever you want from your business is possible. You just need to make a decision, make a plan, and then taking the action is above any of the things I've said in the last half an hour, which, I said I was going to be 10 minutes. Let's be honest, it was never going to happen. And a little cameo from my husband. That wasn't planned, but, it's always good to hear, like, because he's obviously been a part of this from the beginning because we're married. But for some of you that don't know, Dan was actually, for 4 years of my 8 years, we had a period where Dan was made redundant and was signed into my business as we were co-directors of my business. And we, for 4 years, Scentsy was our whole entire family income. Like, it was our family business. And it's not now, he is a postman now. He needed to go back to work, but he wanted to go back to work. And I was like, you can get out from under my feet. I love him dearly, but my little boy had started to grow up. Anyway, but in that period, when Finley was small, and for those of you that don't know, he has additional needs, we got those 4 years together at home as a family, travelled, bought our caravan, went down to the caravan whenever we wanted with no boss to ask for time off. And again, that all happened because of... Oh, sorry, I need to see what the dog's doing. Minnie! Out! Get down. that all happened because of Scentsy. So let's be honest, like I'm not articulating it properly, but from the point in Mexico, right, when he saw something shift, and then from that point on, like when I say we are like a family business, like to the core, like we are a family business to the core. And there have been whispers, I don't know 100%, I'm 99.9% sure because Eldon said it on the coach as well. I'm pretty sure that the next incentive that comes out will be a family incentive. I don't know the tiers, I don't know what the criteria will be, I don't know where it's going to be, but I do believe it will be a family incentive where there will be tiers where you can earn places to take your family away as well, if you want to. So yeah, Michelle, priceless times that we'll never get back. And every, you know, life has seasons and has times and things change and circumstances change. But that is a time that I am so grateful for that we'll never get back. And we got to experience that because of Scentsy and because of the opportunity that we took. And because he does support me massively with emotionally, with my business, everything. I don't think anyone else would ever have me now, quite frankly. So anyway, let's wrap this up because like I said, I've talked a lot longer than I intended, but while I was like fresh in all my feels from the cruise and not saying there's going to be loads of changes in here because there absolutely isn't, but I do feel like when it comes to leadership and how I do certain things and things that I want to implement, I've just got a lot of ideas like whizzing around that I'm really excited to put in place. And I just want you to know that like we are literally sitting on the seat of a rocket. Well, you always are. Like you're sitting on the seat of a rocket ship right now with your business. If you want to be, if you want to be coachable, if you want to work on your personal growth, if you want to work on yourself, if you want to work on taking the action is the biggest thing. Stop waiting to be motivated. Stop waiting to get your mojo back. Stop waiting to, just stop waiting. Just do the thing. Do the thing even when you don't feel like doing the thing. And I promise you the results will come. Right, I'm going to go. Have a wonderful rest of your Saturday. I hope this was helpful. If it was, let me know in the comments. And I will speak to you soon. Bye-bye.